Hey everybody, thanks again for tuning into the channel. I have another post for you to check out where I will just make my usual comments. I have a topic where I'm not really sure if me alone feel the way about it still, but I just make you hear what I say and can just give me the feedback. I want to talk about some of these job adverts. The job adverts first, and then the part when the people set up interviews or try set up interviews. So as I say, it's a two-part thing, right? And the first part it relating to the advertisement them for the jobs them. Now if you looking at the newspaper them or online on some of the job advertisement them, you know, say a lot of them don't tell you which company. What I notice is there's a little difference between some of the jobs that you might find on online, for example, Caribbean jobs, as opposed to the jobs you might find in the newspaper. So the online ones, a lot of them, they don't tell you who the prospective employers are. Whereas most of the jobs, specifically in the career section of the newspaper, most of them, you will have an idea of who the company is, or they will explicitly state who the company is. And then I understand the reasoning behind it still. But them say them don't necessarily want a whole heap of people to come apply for a certain job, or maybe them still have a person, the incumbent still in the position, and they don't want the person if it knows for them job them advertise. Alright, cool, I can work with that. But also in that now, they advertise the job and there is no idea of what the salary is. So it's like them not give a ballpark figure for say, alright, cool, I work with that, or no, I'm not going to bother apply for that. And I feel if them do that too, that might eliminate some of the whole heap of people who are going to apply with them. Them might say, alright, them don't want so much people to apply because for whatever reason. But for me still, as I say, I understand part-time, but I still have a little issue with me I send my resume with my information to somebody else who may or may not read it, or then may discard it irresponsibly, so anybody else can see my resume and my application. So me have an issue with that. But the biggest issue out of all of this now, when these people do call you and set up an interview, there is no mention of what the salary is, or what you might look for your salary. Now me feel that's something we're supposed to address from the call, make for say, alright, we're interested to interview you, to hear about you and them thing there. As when you set up an interview now, I'm not talking about me specifically, but I talk for other people. So we take time from whatever it is we do, dress up, go interview, full out application form. Most of the times when I'll ask you about previous salary. Which by the way, I don't really feel me supposed to have to tell you what my previous salary is. I don't think that necessary to the job application or to me getting the job. But me have to fill out all of them the information there. Then we might do the interview, and then now after the interview done and all of them things are way down in the interview, you're going to tell me say, alright, you can't afford to pay me this, or me I ask you too much money, or you want me to consider this or whatever. Me personally feel say that a waste of time. And me feel say, that the situation, you waste my time more than how you waste your time. Because me have to actually travel for come at your location. Probably me have to come there and wait as well. And then after all of that, at the time, then we are going to realize, with them miles apart as it relates to what a salary will be or might be. Me personally experience these things, and me talk to a whole heap of people who tell me similar things. Me talk to people who tell me say them do interview and them a wait for a salary offer. Me talk to people who tell me say during the interview, the employer, prospective employer, make an offer to them for a certain amount. And so them have to make a counter offer and them negotiate. I talk to people who go for certain job, certain position, and what them ask for and what the company offer is ridiculous. So the truth is still, it is an employer's market, and it is now more than ever, but basically it has always been an employer's market. So most of the time them are going to obviously have an advantage because them know say more people apply for the job and more people need a job than a job out there. So only for people will settle or satisfy with much lower than what them really supposed to get paid just because them want a job. So you say hundreds of job advertisement, and apart from some of the government job them, you're unlikely to see even one of them. Well, I'm not say even one, because I actually see one out of the hundreds. But other than that, you're not see nobody will give you an idea of what the salary going to be straight out from the advertisement. It's a small amount. As I say, me see one, and me feel say maybe I might see another two or so, but me not really see them still. Me see the one, and I remember the one. But them tell you straight up, say the salary along this line, and it's not a government job. I remember I did two separate interviews one time, two different companies. And in both of them interviews, the job advertisement for both of them jobs there, them did ask for top qualification and the job position are the bigger position than when me in now. And I basically at the end of the interview, them ask about salary. And the two of them when them ask me the salary requirement when I look for, one of them said to me, say, when I tell the person the figure, the person say, say this is a medium-sized company, right? And the other one, when me tell them the figure, the person said, so I think them are going to be able to do that though. And that was not a case where I asked for wholly more than what I earn currently. So some of them want top people to work for them in them big position, but them no want to pay the money where them supposed to pay. But still, as I say, what I focus on is just the whole thing about not putting your cards up front so everybody know what time we're upon. So me just feel say it better for me and you if we can establish from early out what the salary might be or what me I look for and what you might be able to offer. So even if you don't want to tell me what you offer, at least you ask me when me a request, so we can just get everything out of the way from right there, so nobody now waste nobody time.